What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. My name is Braden Carlson.
My name is Taylor.
And my name is Shane, or as you might know me, POSTART'S.
And welcome, everybody, to the 49th episode of the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. We've decided to strive to make this the worst episode yet. We don't really have any sort of a plan, except for Taylor said he wants to rant about some stuff. So we're just kind of gonna cook, you know? So here we are. Thanks for tuning in. And I guess, Taylor, rant.
All right. So I don't know if I got an hour rant, but we got some stuff to discuss.
Wait.
What?
I've already forgotten that there was something I was supposed to say in the intro. POSTART and Taylor both have uploaded videos. So I figured I would front load that. So go check out the descriptions check out the links in the description. There's only one description for POSTART and Taylor's channels, the Rocket Channel and POSTART Propulsions. Go press the subscribe button. Let's get these boys to 1,000 subscribers, dude. And maybe if with enough comments and feedback and subscribers, they'll post again before 2028. POSTART already has a second video in the chamber.
But...
Yeah, mine's already on YouTube unlisted. It'll be out by the time this podcast fully releases for everyone.
Wow. Taylor is slacking, to be certain. Also, I should note this is the worst episode yet, so I'm just going to say on the episode, our Wi-Fi signal strength seems to be not great because it looks like War of the Worlds outside. There's you actually can't even see the sky because there's so much smoke. There's 2 different wildfires burning right now, and it looks like it snowed, but it's all ash. It's crazy out here.
It looks like a scary movie out there.
So the good news is Taylor's going to rant. So we're just going to sit back, sip a Diet DDP, grab one and crack one if you got one, folks, and see what Taylor's got to cry about.
Okay. Wah. Okay, so here's the deal. Lately, I've been seeing numerous posts online about adding nose weight to your rockets. And which I don't have anything against nose weight, right? We all have rockets that may or may not need nose weight, but rockets that you can tell just by looking at them, they do not need nose weight. And, it's certainly not going to make your rocket fly poorly, but you're just adding weight.
Well, in theory, it could.
What?
Yeah, you could be
if it's overstable. You could create more problems. It's not going to be as bad as unstable.
Well,
but
it can create
their problems.
Yes. Which that's going to lead us to the second part of my rant. Rockets that are way too effing long.
Whoa.
Anyway, we can push that back a little bit. A little bit of nose weight's not so bad, right? I mean, we all know mini mags are stable without it, but they certainly fly a lot straighter with it.
Yeah.
But if you don't need 2 calibers of stability. I guess that's my whole rant that's a rule of thumb, right? And it seems to be some people treating that as the Bible of, well, I need to add 4 pounds of nose weight to my Warlock so I can get 2 calibers stability. And it's just like,
wait, people are shooting for 2 on just regular rockets? Not supersonic? Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a bad idea, especially on a Warlock.
Especially, or really on anything. So that's where I feel like I've just been seeing that a lot lately where it's like a normal looking rocket and they're adding nose weight to it so they can get 2 calibers stability. But it's like the whole point of the 2 calibers stability is because of the shift in the center of pressure, right? But that's only really a problem when you get above Mach 2.5 ish,
right?
When it really starts moving. Yeah. And in that case, that probably is not a bad rule of thumb to follow. But don't add 4 pounds of nose weight to your warlock, because
Yeah, I mean, then the rule of thumb's always kind of been 1, right? And that's not even applicable to everything. Punishers, as we're well aware, fly great well below 1, but we don't need to have that whole conversation.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's what this whole conversation is, actually. But, because I think my 5-inch Punisher with a 4-inch... Oh, go ahead.
Well, quite a few rockets are, marginally stable. I mean, the rocket is stable. If it wiggles, add a few ounces. It's not going to be wildly unstable.
My 5-inch Punisher with a 4-grain 75 was like 0.56, and it flew really straight. And I feel very vindicated after Airfest, because when I flew the 3-grain 98 in it, if you'll recall, when Taylor and I drag raced, mine took a real hard left turn, and initially I thought it was like, oh yeah, okay, so clearly it needs a little nose weight, and it made sense because a 3-grain 98's pretty heavy, but it also flew off way too long of a rail for that motor, and just kind of tried to take the pad with it, and I think we got some rail whip scenario going there. So Eric Beavers actually flew his 5-inch Punisher with no nose weight on an Aerotech M1600, which is also a 3-grain 98, and it went perfectly straight. I don't remember
that motor's
what
super
he
soft
said.
off the pad.
Yeah. So, and that, I think, dude, mine was really low. Probably a number I shouldn't say out loud too.
I think you were like, what, 0.4 or something?
Yeah, something like that. It's interesting that like nobody asked about it, but people trust me. I'm not trying to butcher that trust here, saying that out loud. I mean, the rocket flew straight after it turned. So, it's a whole thing. I probably am going to add nose weight to it, since I'm going to add that super bulky, beefy, just overweight carbon fiber to mine, which I got a big roll of it today. I ordered 10 yards from Solar Composites because they were doing a sale, and nothing makes you feel like a teenage rocket nerd again, like getting a big giant roll of carbon fiber, dude. I was so excited about it. I've gotten rockets that I didn't take out of the box that fast. I was like, oh yeah, it's here. Woo!
Time to pull the weave apart.
Yeah, I'm gonna rub it really hard and see what happens.
Did you get plain weave or twill?
Twill.
So just ready to fly apart.
Yeah. Actually, I don't even remember, if I'm honest with you. I think it might be plain weave.
I love 2x2 twill, but it does just fall apart.
Yeah, it's tougher. Yeah, it is twill. 50 wide. Looks so good though.
And it's super flexible.
You just got to be a little careful with it is all.
Where were we in the ranting?
Well, people adding a ton of nose weight still. I don't know if you still had things to say about that, or if it's time to move on to rockets. They're too effing long.
Yeah, I think I got my point across. Once again, not anti-nose weight, actually pro-nose weight, but only when it's needed.
I'm curious where this is all coming from, though. Like, why are people suddenly deciding that 2's the magic number?
I don't know. I feel like it's been a thing for a while. It's just one of those things that
isn't it on the level 2 test that 1 is ideal, or you should be aiming for 1.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I took the test a long time ago. I don't know anymore.
They have a new test, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. POSTART was the most recent one here.
Yeah. On the specific one that I had, I don't remember there being anything about it, but maybe there is in the pool of questions.
I think it's not a bad thing to shoot for 1, but
yeah,
really, I feel
great.
Yeah.
if you can get 0.6 on the pad, you're going to be good if you got decent amount of thrust. That's my take.
Maybe what I'm thinking of, I think Rock Sim, the threshold from where it goes from marginal to stable is 1 caliber, I believe. So maybe that's where my head's lying.
Correct.
Dude, what if it's open rocket is 2? And it's just this generational gap.
I didn't even think of that. We wouldn't know.
I don't think
we're Rock Sim boys.
I don't think that's true. I haven't seen anything about it in open rocket.
Yeah, POSTART'S an open rocket.
It doesn't give you any warnings like, hey, you stupid idiot.
No, can't say it's ever said that to me.
Stability. Yeah, Rash Arrow just yells at you.
It's like, hey, the rocket flew, but do better next time, okay? Yeah. Do you not understand what you're trying to do right now? It's probably going to
be fine, but you just might also, like, just...
take out a small family.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say nicely. I was trying not to say the K word.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, YouTube isn't happy.
The robots will hear us. Yeah. Yeah, so that goes. We'll move on to the next discussion point, which is rockets that are too effing long. Obviously, you know, how you want your rocket to look is up to you, but man, there becomes a point where it's just gonna cone. You can tell it's way too overstable.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is I don't think people understand that that's a consequence. They're like, oh, yeah, I can make it longer, and then I have all this room for all this shot cord in my parachute, which is, you know, you hate to say it so bluntly, but dumb. It's so easy to pack an appropriate amount of recovery gear in a small space at this point. Like, nose cones with removable shoulders and stuff. We didn't have these luxuries back in the olden days when Taylor and I were breaking tips off of gel cone nose cones and stuff. Yeah, I feel like maybe just, you know, take some time, learn how to pack a parachute nice and tight, and get some nice soft brakes in your recovery harnesses. And
So I've politely asked a few people, so why is it so long? And they say, so I have room for the recovery. And I'm curious what's going on in there. I mean, I'm all for having room for your stuff, but
it's one thing when it's like, you know, oh, I just, this is a scratch build or whatever. This is my own design. And I left it long because I had these tubes or whatever. I wanted room to pack the stuff, but it really becomes a personal insult for Taylor and I if you start stretching rockets to make them easier to put recovery gear in. There's so many offenders and so many different scales and sizes.
We should start, you know, we'll occasionally send each other a rocket that has a nice 4-foot tube added on top, but we should save some of these pictures to make a point. That any
I'm
Nike
not gonna do anyone dirty like that.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead. It's your rant episode. Call people out.
I don't want to call people out personally, but don't put a 4-foot tube on top of your Nike Smoke and call it a Nike Smoke. You can call it the Nike Smoke.
Yeah, I like the Wildman, the Extreme Wildman that was painted like a Patriot at Airfest. I was
that
like, he didn't lengthen a Patriot,
actually.
So that's a fair play. That's just how that rocket is, and he painted it like a Patriot. It's a little goofy, but there's no foul on the play here. Now, if you take a Patriot and add a 4-foot tube to it, then yeah, you've lost the plot entirely. Dude, also, POSTART'S showed me someone selling a 5-inch Patriot the other day, and somehow now I'm like, oh, that's perfect. I need that.
A what? Oh, 5-inch
Patriot. Yeah.
Yeah.
With 75. It's kind of sick.
Small fin Patriot? The proper way?
Like a proper... I think the one you can now get from Tim, because it would have been a composite warehouse kit, Curtis did make those fins the right size in most cases.
Yeah, his scale stuff
and
was
to bring it full circle.
close.
you would probably need nose weight in that one. But as the owner of a giant V2, I am not afraid of nose weight.
We're not. Yeah, as an owner of a giant. Did it move?
The Sumi. I think it's just
not
because
in-
it's not.
It's not in frame.
Yeah, when there's not 4 people here, it crops it.
Oh,
So when
I
Matt's
see.
here, the
Okay.
people will see it. But since Matt's not here, nobody gets to see the big Sumi. So make
Okay.
sure
Well, I'm not
everybody
afraid
call
of-
Matt. Here's his phone number. Yell at him. Put it on the screen.
Can you imagine a sumo with a 4-foot stick of tube on top? It's disgusting.
That would hurt, dude. I saw
Or,
at a launch I was at recently a 3-inch Punisher with like 4 extra feet of tube and an elliptical nose cone on it. I was like, no, come on, dude. You're just tormenting me specifically now. This was made to make me sad.
Yeah,
you took the perfect
Punisher
rocket
hurts
and
'cause-
just
yeah.
demolished it.
Everyone knows we're a big fan of the Punisher, but it is specifically made to not have a payload section. That's the whole point. You could just buy a 3-inch Wildman or whatever.
Which I do kind of still want just because of its OG-ness, but the actual 3-inch OG Wildman isn't the dual deploy one. It's just like it's the same
just the
size
short
as a
one.
Punisher, but with bigger fins.
I want to build a 3-inch upscale arrow for whatever reason.
Dude, do it because I'm building the 4-inch Mustang.
Well, my level 3 rocket actually is, I believe, I copied an arrow. I may have changed the fin slightly, but lengthwise it should be
The clip
proportional.
fin Wildman.
So I was thinking about repainting it, so then you could have it would be like the 4-inch Mustang, 4-inch arrow. We could drag race.
I think you've been telling me that you were going to repaint it like an arrow properly for like at least 2 years now.
Yes, I have. I have been saying that.
Give it time. I'll get there. Right after you finish the Nike Hercules, you'll paint the level 3 rocket.
Well, painting that rocket couldn't be any lower on the priority list of things that I need to do rocket wise.
You're telling me. I gotta build a whole sustainer in like the next 4 days and also ground test my end rocket and paint it. It's all right.
You
We'll
don't
get our
need to
rest together.
ground
We'll
test
get our
it.
rest together.
Dude, I haven't even started on
I want to ground test it.
interstage coupler, and I have to go to a wedding, so I'm gonna have
Oh, good.
basically 2 days to put that together next week.
Taylor's
I guess
gonna call
3.
me and be like, "Should we just wait till next year after I've already finished the
Dude,
sustainer?"
no, it has to happen. I'm gonna go, so it has to happen. I'll
that's true.
finish
We've
it
been talking about it
when
too
we
much.
get there.
Dude, Taylor's so dedicated to this 2-stage rocket actually flying, which, by the way, we've talked about a little bit, but we're doing an M2050 to K375 2-stage at Balls. It is actually happening. He's so
For sure.
dedicated that he has, on top of us using my M2050, volunteered my L2200 as a backup plan. That's how stunning and brave Taylor's being about getting this project done.
He's like, we'll just fly it again. I don't have to pay for it, so it doesn't matter.
Sure, no problem.
We'll
I
settle
didn't
up
want it.
afterwards if we have to use the L2200. I'm just saying we should commit if we're gonna do it.
It's too bad we don't have another M2225. That'd be a killer backup plan too.
That would be that would be
gnarlier.
a good booster motor.
Yeah.
But this is just our warm up. Obviously, we've never done a 2-stage before, so something light. Next year we're coming back. We'll throw a little extension on it, and then we're gonna put the end burner from Aerotech in the sustainer. Try and get 100,000.
And by extension,
Some
you
light.
mean more room for a motor, right? Not a 4-foot tube on top.
Right. Well, that and
Okay.
a 4-foot tube on top.
Yeah.
Oh,
We were just talking about that. last night. I was like, do I really need to cut this tube down? Because I have so many just BS pieces of fiberglass tube, random lengths all over the place. And he's like, well, I bought the carbon fiber. I was like, right, okay, yeah, I'll cut it. And I told him I have another piece that wasn't quite long enough. I was like, I think I'll just put this on there too. We'll throw a coupler in it and make it nice and easy.
Yeah, I didn't buy a very specific, stupid sized carbon fiber plate for us to leave a couple inches on the table.
Dude, I was thinking about it though, those couple inches, and the fact that I think I have one more coupler would have actually made it so much nicer if we just put the Blue Raven in a lower coupler and added 3 inches of airframe, and then wouldn't have to worry about a brake wire or anything. But too late now, it's cut.
You know what? Okay.
Well, go ahead.
I don't know. I think it's all gonna work, so nothing to worry about.
I should also note that we foregoed doing the end burner and making it with RCS parts because we wanted to use Taylor's head end ignition closure for the K375 that we're now no longer using. We're killing it over here.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I really want to use the head end ignition
use it on the end
closure,
burner.
but what I really don't want to do is deal with the head end ignition at the pad. That sounds super not fun.
Yeah.
Unless
I guess if we had a
people are
coupler
doing
in
it
the middle, then we could just have the rocket apart and just boop, and then. But nah, we needed the extra 3 inches cut off. We're like,
hey,
you know what?
I'm not being a total psycho like I was on my minimum diameter rocket, where I just made it inconveniently short.
Dude, you would have been building a sustainer if that was the case. I am so over 2-inch electronics bays.
Just yelling at Brady, you need to make it shorter. 2-inch electronics bay. There's room. You can do it.
Not a chance, dude. The only reason this is happening is because POSTART can just design me a sled and I can just go beep boop and everything's together and we're happy.
Okay, percentages of it working. I'm going to say 100.
Whoa.
Define working. Like sustainer lights and you get everything back.
Yeah.
I think we're getting everything back because the sustainer is not gonna light.
Well, not with that attitude. Come on.
I'm not gonna try to make that not the case, but
like 70-30, the sustainer lights.
Dude, the sim altitude is stupid. Taylor's like, no way,
there's
your
no
N1560 is
way.
going as high as Sims, and then this thing sims to like 80,000 feet. Dude, should we submit the paperwork for that altitude record? The complex
what do
M?
you have to do? Is it hard?
I don't know. Let's ask Bryce.
Oh.
Is it hard? I assume probably
Bryce,
not.
can you fill it out for us?
I think you just have to like fill out the paper and show it to a bod member, and we can just take it to Bryce.
Oh, well, I mean, that's pretty convenient. I'm not going to be the internet kid that believes his complex M 2-stage is going to go 80,000 feet, but there's a part of me that wants that to be true because it would be so stupid.
Yeah,
because it's so low effort.
With my N1560, I'm like, dude, if I get 70% of that, I'm gonna be so happy. It's a pretty wide margin. But honestly, also my N1560 is simming to like 95,000 feet, which is just not real, dude. That's not real life.
Dude, I can't figure out what's wrong with the sim, why it's saying 80,000 feet. Because usually when that happens, that means you made a mistake somewhere with the inputs.
That's where I'm at with the N1560. I'm like, dude, this is like all correct. I've done everything right here. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess we'll see. Dude, if it just happens, we're just like, oh, it turns out the sim was right. It went 82,000 feet. Whoopsie. There's actual high altitude people listening to this. They're like, these guys are stupid.
Yeah. We know it's going to go like, well, realistically, it's going to go like 15,000 feet because it's not going to stay.
Dude, it'd be crazy, though, if we beat my N.
What do you mean? Oh, the N1000?
Yeah. Because it costs literally a fifth as much, the whole rocket. If it might be less than that, even. No, I guess not when you consider the price of the motors.
I just want to see the sustainer light after a really stupid delay.
Yeah, it would be sick.
And we all
It
go,
says, I'm looking at the record attempt form right now. It looks like you just fill it out afterwards. But I think you have to declare that you're trying it.
So we can just,
I don't know,
find Bryce and go, question. Hey, watch this.
Yeah, I guess so. I'll read into it a little bit more, but
we'll figure it out. First, we got to build the rocket.
Really long rockets. Step 1: make it 4 feet longer than it needs to be.
There are exceptions. I want to be. We are totally down with a mean machine.
Oh, true. Yeah, well, that falls in the category of not stretching it, and yeah, I mean it's too. Speaking of Bryce, Bryce used to have a 5.5 inch one.
I know, it was sick.
That he flew on 4-grain K motors.
Oh, didn't he fly that at LDRS 29?
Yeah, he's done the dual thrust CTI motor, but I think he did a K185 as well. Which really seems like he's pushing it, but I think that the K185 was like half of the rocket. I can't remember now.
So, just a slightly upset
less
machine.
Yeah. The cranky machine.
Mildly agitated.
Little upsetty. Okay, well, are you done with your ranting there, Taylor?
Yeah, I'm kind of over it. I think I've made an A of myself enough for today.
I have a little bit of a rant that's mostly just associated with rocketry because of the channel. But a lot of people ordered merch, the Punisher and Arcus merch, and a lot of people don't have it, us included. We ordered it almost a full month before we needed it, and all Teespring keeps telling me is that it's in production. We'll get a notification when it ships. I did finally figure out, because they also hadn't paid me like $600 from the merch, which is pretty crazy, but that all got situated. Apparently they went to like a monthly payout schedule, so I can't just pay out on demand anymore. But yeah, I was like, cool, no shirts, no money, this is really fun. So some of you guys got them, but if you haven't gotten them, I apologize. They gave me a link that you guys can reach out to them with, and I'll put that in the description as well if you've bought the merch, just to kind of bug them if you'd like to. But I have a feeling you're going to get the same answer that I did. So best of luck to you. And yeah, people have been asking if I could bring one to Airfast or bring one to Midwest Power or Balls or whatever. Unfortunately, no, I don't have any of them on hand because they're print on demand through Teespring. So, shout out to everybody who bought the merch. I think it has something to do with because initially they were declining the design. So I had to go through and just like keep emailing them and be like, hey, you guys forgot to approve this color and you guys forgot to approve this color and this color. And they finally approved all of them. And I'm wondering if because they were initially flagged as not appropriate based on their standards that they're like the orders are just disappearing into the abyss. So links in the description if you want to complain. Well, I guess let's talk about what we got going on for Balls. Pastor, did you register for Balls yet?
No, and I went to and registration's closed, so.
Yeah,
I
registered.
Yeah.
The other day I was like, I should register. And so I like Saturday or something. And then literally the next day I got on the website and it was closed. I was like, wow, that was a good call.
You almost matted it. Did you get an email from Gerald?
Yeah.
Asking what you're flying?
Yeah, I haven't.
Dude, just showing up and registering on site and flying an O motor in a 5-inch rocket, it's pretty hard flex though. Everyone's gonna be like, well, POSTART is loaded. He just is level 3.
Yeah, I'm really kind of afraid of it now. When did all this happen that we got some proper sims?
I think that was Friday night.
Yeah, so it hasn't been talked about. Basically I remade the sim file and put it into RAS Arrow, which I hadn't done yet. And RAS Arrow says it's gonna go like 35,000 feet.
Yeah, he missed a step where somehow he forgot that it was a 5-inch rocket and an O motor.
Yeah.
I think it's less scary than you think it is, though.
Yeah, probably, but I've only ever flown to 15, so
it doesn't matter. It's funny that that's like your big hang up. You're like, oh, the Mach 2.6 isn't a problem. It's just that it's gonna go up high.
It's Mach 2.3.
Oh, that's nothing. Taylor basically did that with an M685 and went 6,000 feet higher than you're going.
Yeah, but that's Taylor.
Well,
and did you see that piece of S electronics bay?
Hey, it's not about what it looks like.
It's the motion of the ocean.
But did it work?
It did. So you're not flying your Blue Raven?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Me? Oh.
POSTART. He's scared of it now because of all the issues people have been having when they don't use the power perch and don't use the battery that Featherweight provides.
Yeah, dude, it's fine. Don't let people scare you. Just use a 1S battery.
I just also like
and
was who's talking? You or me?
Somebody go.
What?
I also just like don't really want to fly something that I haven't before and don't really know how to use.
It's so easy. It's so
have
nice.
You turned it on? I used mine for the first time when I went 40,000 feet. It just does it all for you.
Yeah. I used mine for the first time when I was 16 and then put it 6 feet under the ground. But then I flew one in my tube fin rocket and it was fine.
You live monitor your battery voltage, change everything.
And then you'll have actual accelerometer data so you can see how fast it goes.
It is true.
And then you can go,
we'll see.
Oh, what was I worried about? It only went Mach 2.
It's like not fast at all.
Not the scary part. It's the speed for me.
Nah, I'm the other way around.
I think neither one of them is a concern.
All right, then fly to Mach 4. Not afraid of speed.
I mean in your flight in particular, dip ass.
Whoa.
Dude, the N1000 rocket, after we tore apart my Mach 2 and saw how strong the Proline 4500 was. Also, dude, I didn't degas that. There was like 3 bubbles in it. Just mixing it in Dixie cups. Dixing it, they call it. And
They don't call it that. They don't.
Postart almost
They
had
do.
to like
They do.
bounce on it
I've
to
heard
get
it.
him to break off. And so now
Wait,
I'm
you
like,
broke the
wow,
fins
dude,
off?
this rocket's like we cut just the fin can section off, and then I was like, I want to see how strong this was, because it's like compared to the K455 or any of the more modern minimum diameter stuff I've done, it was pretty haphazardly built. Like I just built it normal with dirty Cheeto fingers and some Proline 4500 with a sketchy scale from Marshall's, and it was beefy. So now I'm like, whoa, the N1000 rocket is completely and entirely bulletproof then. Whoa, Matt's joining us at the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
Finally, we were running out of stuff to talk about.
Good.
Matt joined
Yeah.
the Glasses Club? What's happening?
Whoa, look at that. 4 eyes.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, welcome, Matt.
Yeah, nice
For
of you
the
to join
viewers,
us.
Welcome.
Mm-hmm.
the viewer listeners
Oh,
out
now,
there,
now you can see
Matt,
the sumo, Taylor.
Wait, what?
I still can't.
Oh, sucks, dude.
Yeah. Matt decided that his house was more important than us, so
Oh,
Yeah.
No, Matt decided that his house was more important than all of you, the listeners and viewers.
yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Would you have to polish up your vestibule?
well, actually,
So there you go.
I needed.
As we mentioned before, we put Matt's video in the podcast. Text him. Tell him you're mad at him.
Oh yeah, we put your phone number up.
Oh,
earlier,
thank you. That's-
and your
yeah.
social security number.
Oh, no wonder I've been getting no new text messages. I'm such a loser.
Wow.
No, I was having to
Dude,
clean
I thought
off.
you were gonna
What?
huh?
I
I thought you were coming into the 50th.
I know.
You
Well,
don't have time.
no, I was going to come into that. I said I told the group I was going to pop in.
That's true. I was actually wondering if this was going to happen.
Yeah.
What a pleasant surprise, because we were
Yeah.
almost out of stuff to talk about.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
wow. Well, here we are.
and we've got to burn some time.
Okay,
here,
well,
we're gonna miss our quota.
Yeah.
Well,
I was.
The theme of the episode is ranting. Do you have anything to rant about, Matt?
Yeah.
How annoying your friends are?
Yeah, they just keep making YouTube poop about you and keep coming up with all these different memes and call you 4 eyes and long-haired guy and No, here's something to rant
Those
about.
are all true.
Yeah, the mud at Argonia. I don't know what it is about it. Yeah, I was having to. Well, not having to, but I cleaned off the
You
dirt.
chose to.
Yeah, I chose to clean my Subaru, and all of the like concrete like stuff was on my driveway.
It is
It's-
concrete.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
so
gnarly.
bad.
yeah.
I washed the rental car afterwards, and I had to stick the car wash one in there and poke it off.
was-
It was so
It
glued
was
on.
very well kicked on. Yeah, and there were times where I was like, "Oh yeah, I think I got a lot of it," and then I looked under the wheel well a bit, and I was like, "Oh no, I've missed a lot." So yeah, that's
Just send it in for a detail.
yeah, true.
The Argonia dirt is the gift that keeps on giving.
It really
I remember
is.
building the rally car.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, or helping build the rally car. That was
Yeah, we found like a pound of it building the rally car. It was
No, that's
hidden in all kinds
that's
of
right. I
places.
remember when Matt built Taylor's rally car.
Yeah. I built. I
did
built
it all.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I designed it in Connects first to make sure it all would fit right.
Right.
Of course.
The roll cage was a Connect mock-up.
full scale.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
the Connects wheels and everything. It was pretty impressive.
All right. Well, Matt, did you order your 5-inch demon yet?
Not yet. I thought I was gonna go.
Are you gonna wait
He
for
was gonna
Black
wait
Saturday?
to get a. He's gonna get a smoking deal. Yeah.
I need to get a
Yeah,
smoking deal
nice.
for the Redeeming Demon. You know, I don't need
The
to.
Re-Demon.
There we
Thank
are.
you.
Yeah, there we are. The Redeeming. That makes a lot more sense
You know,
now.
I think. I I know it was, I don't know, maybe it would be a different rocket, but you need to have a rocket that you call Garmin money.
I mean, it is a perfect chance because it's the level 3, but the Re-Demon is good too.
I think here's a thought for the Garmin money rocket could be an odd rocket that is a pyramid rocket, because that's the logo for Garmin, you know.
Oh, I thought we were going like pyramid scheme sort of.
Okay.
You're like, yeah, I work at Garmin. And I also do MLM.
Yeah, and at Apogee it just spits out a bunch of Garmin dollar sign. I don't even know what that is. But
no parachute, just actual money.
Yeah, just $100 bills.
Oh, okay. Dude. Yeah, that's all I would have to give.
It'll be like the lock or the big war,
right,
or the warlock with the t-shirts, except it's just sacks of money.
But it has to be Monopoly money, because I don't actually have a lot of money.
Folks.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
yeah. I guess that'll be for when Matt builds his 8-inch demon.
Oh, true, dude.
Wait, what? 8-inch? What? I missed something.
Oh, dude, you do have the 7.5-inch tubes for him. Or you sold those? Never mind.
No, what? Me?
Weren't you gonna try and make Matt build something out of 7.5-inch tubes?
Dude, no one will buy the tubes, so they're all Matt's.
Oh my!
But for double the price because of the Garmin money and all.
Cool. At this point, I will give Matt the tubes if he builds a giant Garmin money rocket.
Wow. What are friends
Dude,
for?
if only you knew someone that has 4 7.5-inch nose cones.
Man.
Who has 4 7.5-inch nose cones?
Your boy, it's me, Rocket.
Rocket.
Could I use them all on the same rocket?
No, you may not.
Dang it.
2 of them are polecat nose cones, and they are my children. Although one's for POSTART'S, Lil John. But you can have the plastic one.
All right.
Taylor will give you the tubes, and I will give you the nose cone, but you have to build something with it. Tomorrow.
Okay. I'm going to need to take off a day from work. Well, maybe.
Dude, what could Matt build that's 7.5? Actually, this is a great prompt. A lot of people forget we have contact@aggpodcast.com. You can click in the description of Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever podcast platform you're listening to, and there's a button that says send us a text message, or you can leave it in the comments on YouTube. Tell us what Macho Matt should build in 7.5.
Also, send us some hate mail. It'll be good to read.
Yeah, some roasting.
Dude, I thought about doing that for the 50th episode, except for now it's my birthday episode, so I didn't want to just be like, everybody's like, yeah, you guys ramble. Dude, people are not ready for the AGG Goes to Airfest 30 video.
Oh, man.
Like the whole sequence of us putting the N2000 together and me just singing Chris Cornell through the liner into the camera. I left a lot in there that people are going to be like,
oh, no.
If they don't listen to the podcast, the like casual viewers of the channel are gonna be like, "What is this S, bro?"
Taylor, you have some good stuff in the nose cone video.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
you were. I didn't.
I liked my pull up, to the place and jamming out to some techno, and then you're like, what?
Well, you point the camera at you and it's instant funny, so I felt obligated to leave it in.
Thanks.
And then
there's
the rest of it, I didn't have time to edit it the way I wanted to, so I thought I'll just make the whole thing tongue in cheek.
Nice. It was good.
There's a whole Macho Matt sequence at the end of my video,
man,
where the song plays and everything.
Oh wow,
dude, we should make a Macho Matt official music video with 13.
Okay, I'll have to start thinking of
choreographed.
No, I'll just it'll just all be archival footage.
Okay.
That would be great.
Oh man, that's awesome.
It's like a Macho Matt anime music video, but real life.
Anime music video? Wow. Looking forward to it.
You excited for balls, Matt? I heard.
Oh
you gonna be
yeah, I'm excited to see how balls goes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I told Sam that I have too much stuff to do before balls, and she said, "What?" I said, "That's the rocket launch." She said, "Let's just call it the Nevada launch." Still, I don't like that name.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, dude. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but since you did, this sentence, "Are you excited for balls, Matt?" If you don't have the right context, is crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be a great time to bring this to an end. My name is Braden Carlson. You can find me right here on Rocket Vlogs if you still care to after this episode. Although I will say I think the content's a little bit better than the cluster ignition episode. But follow me on Instagram, add me on Snapchat at BigP1011. Follow me on TikTok at BradenCarlson6. And don't forget to send us emails, contact@aggpodcast.com, or click the description, whatever your preferred podcast listening app is, and send us a text message.
My name is Taylor, and you can find me on YouTube at The Rocket Channel. And there is a new video that you can go watch right now.
Yeah. Wow. Matt,
go see me and Matt try to make a big foam nose cone for the Arcus.
It's amazing.
My name is Shane or Postart. You can find me on YouTube at Postart Propulsions. And also, there is a new video on that channel and another one coming out.
Whoa. And my name is Macho Matt. And you can find me at Worlds of Fun or right here.
Oh, got a new one in there.
Yeah.
We are the Anti-Gravity Group. This is the Anti-Gravity Group podcast, and we will see you next time.
We might just hear from Nigel the Rocket Cat. Load up the professional masterpiece, you can bet on that. A launch and a chat with them is guaranteed to be a blast. It's the Anti-Gravity Group podcast.